Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan.
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our
A spokesman or politician is what you need.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received...
And you would like me to
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble...
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away.
You mentioned something...
Certain.
That...
I feel it was...
Yet you...
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries.
Since I'm...
Well, for me...
Where do...
But to be honest, we cope on a day.
What do you...
What we need...
The man we...
He was a...
Just for... Where...
The name...
Since...
As men...
The sun...
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend.
Must I...
You are a vampire. You feed, and...
I have just a few...
Then ask...
We'll see each other again.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swan, I am through.
Please, could you
I'm a great...
What may...
I'm not a...
It's always...
This epidemic.
I'd rather not... As long as you're...
You're not the first... What? Well, I'm quest true.
Do you...
Well?
Do you want me to...
Oh, no.
I see. What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded.
With the influence...
I believe that...
So you believe it's...
Dr.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patient.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your...
Tell me more about your willingness.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood...
What is it you really want?
Fair question. I want nothing but to...
Tell me, Mr. Fiddick.
Our first diagnosis was compromised,
But why would he hide?
because he is a proud father.
This personal involvement could also appear to...
I agree.
Do you think keeping his...
All I know...
Goodbye, Doc.
Tomorrow, more bodies.
I cannot enter.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of someone...
Pardon me.
Tell me the truth about your appointment.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't
You're absolutely right, sir.
Do you believe you have really...
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment.
Do you
Yes, sir. I swear.
It is an
It was a time...
Goodbye.
It never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem peaceful and loved.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Have you heard talk of it?
No.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey.
My wife died because of me. And now I'm...
How could your job be
I
responsible?
was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your...
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work.
Tell me more about the death...
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was...
I'm sorry.
I would like to say
How are your children?
they were smaller then. The only good...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I'm never good. from her.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed.
Have you heard?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at night?
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him.
That man...
What a surprise.
What did he want?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor ass.
Only the strongest survive.
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And
How is your...
This is a shitty place, which...
What's wrong?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton.
I see.
The nurses are...
What's...
Come on.
But you're alive.
What are you
Have you...
Blackmail? That's not...
How long do you think you can escape?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions.
I ain't
And who are you?
I'm the leader of the...
How long do you...
I know...
We can't...
I ain't afraid.
And who...
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day...
I'll leave you for...
When I get back, I'll have a word with Tom. He's really pissed me off.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed.
You must have countless questions.
Have any of the patients?
These poor souls have...
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am...
Pardon my boldness, Your...
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your...
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter.
These past insufferable weeks...
Please continue. Every detail...
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my...
I'll take care of it. Do you know...
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman...
My life is our little mistress.
I think of no...
My situation.
Here again. Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want...
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless...
Harriet Jones. Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many.
I heard there have been some...
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating...
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you...
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is.
You seem to know more about the...
That's it. Blame the old and in...
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans...
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof...
This is your business, Doctor, not mine.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Every street corner.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Doc.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harry...
No matter how you feel about her...
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what...
She could have...
That old witch will...
What can you tell me about...
Let me get...
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Daily routine.
do? This isn't even my neighborhood. Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oswald and myself were both infantry.
How long have you been...
I can't go there.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers. What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald.
What can you...
His name is...
This is...
We will...
Where would...
He went down...
I have all the information I need for now.
Thank you, Doc.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. I have this thirst for blood. What sort of creature is this? What sort of creature is this? sort of creature is this? What sort of creature is this? Here's what is left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. This is despicable.
can't breathe! I can't breathe! I don't want to die here! I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air!
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do. Are you sure you're all right, sir?
Yes, I'll be... as soon as I can see the sky again. Last warning, sir!
It's locked, all right.
Disgusting ass! Damn strangers are attacking me! Help! Some damn strangers are attacking me! Get away from me! Don't touch me with your disgusting hands! Attacking me!
This is Braille. I need someone who can read this.
What happened? Who are you?
It's all right, sir.
Oh, a fellow Englishman. Thank you, sir.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's a cesspool.
You're very lucky to be...
Yeah.
You can find safety of sorts.
Best be on your way home. Best turn around if I were you. Hey! Didn't you hear me? This is no place for you, sir. Don't come any fucking closer. Cross the leech, boys! More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye. The guards recruit more and more every year. When did you join the guard?
Not a good place for a strap. Lock wounded!
Stay close, keep an eye on each other.
This lock's all right. leeches every night. Aye. The guards recruit more and more every year.
I cannot enter.
More and more of these bloody leeches every
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Stop it now, Albert! Stop it!
It's locked, all right.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. And it was...
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps...
I said sod off.
Do you know Nurse...
Never heard of her. She's pretty.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
You're being manipulated by these criminals. What's worse is that you're clever enough to know better.
You're all fancy words, none of which...
Goodbye, young man. How are you, boy?
I'm not your...
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now...
Do you need assistance? I will see you later. Goodbye, young man.
Answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
Good evening, miss.
Good evening.
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place.
Oh, really?
Ah, my brother has spoken of your
Tell me.
The region itself.
What do you...
Most of...
It... Do you...
I don't like...
Competition?
Never met.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
If I could get some work in, everything would be better.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like...
No.
What can you tell me?
Nothing to...
You mean you...
Yeah, I had a wife, a home.
You don't have anywhere to go?
Not since the...
Perhaps you could...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills.
Do you know Nurse...
Funny, I've been searching for her too. And this...
Really?
Word is she ain't...
Whatever...
I swear...
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war...
The doctors called me a liar.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods.
Now only the pills stop me thinking of...
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr.
A gun? Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a
doctor? In Whitechapel? What
do you require a...
Not me, but your skill.
It's unusual. That's...
I don't see...
What?
That's simple.
Mr.
I understand.
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you and take what I require. If that's...
So it's a no, then. That's too bad. The Reed...
What is your...
I offer...
I see.
Well...
In other words, you...
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity.
Tell me...
People are just...
What do you...
People are acting...
You seem to have recovered.
Not much.
You'd better... I'm looking...
Dorothy?
Has she treated...
No.
Tell me truthfully.
By keeping my tenants alive, she's making...
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Who distribute flowers at this hour of night? What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now, goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to. I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time. A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I cannot enter. I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned. I must insist, sir.
I have no...
Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist?
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor?
Really?
I'm joking.
May I
do? Not this hope.
Have you...
Laura,
could you...
she's...
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Welcome.
I am Doctor...
Doctor?
How
business?
As a...
Well, you... Yeah,
Where...
Have not.
No.
So she's trying to help.
Dorothy...
That...
Your precious...
Goodbye.
Don't be shy, handsome.
I'm not looking...
All right then, but...
Christina, have you been examined?
I don't...
Considering...
If it is...
You...
And you...
You seem to...
Dorothy...
Tell me, I always thought I was the master of my own fate.
You know, this money is not only for me.
Goodbye, miss. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize.
I am...
All
quite... Well, what do you mean?
The beast.
Really?
What? Cleanse it.
Tell me to...
God.
Fire is just the...
You're
mad.
My son.
Joseph.
Vicar.
What?
All
quite... Well, what do you... Good evening, Miss...
It's fun. I don't...
Why do you hate...
Before... Not...
Have you...
No.
Where did you send...
I sent Samuel.
You...
As...
I have heard enough of... Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I would like to ask you a few questions. May I enter, please?
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not like people entering our house, you see.
Your father is worried about you, boy.
So my father actually worries about me then. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So,
I'm not...
Forget...
Why
I'm sure you're...
That's exact...
If I... So...
I'm not... Yes?
Goodbye, young man. Take care.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Good evening. I know you... Very well. It's locked, all right. Good evening.
Please be my guest. Really? I'm a...
But, oh. What terror? What do you remember? Yes, most people. Are you aware? But this. If some miss. Well. Tell the. In this, if you such vivid. Oh yes. On what not? Perhaps you're just a one day back. And me. May I ask you? Extraordinary. I'm looked Dora. What can you tell? Darius not interested in you. Darius. What not Darius? I'll leave you alone. Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Niven. Melia, I'm... Very well. Hello again, miss. Very well. Goodbye then.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town?
Sorry, I'm new to...
Dr. Rick...
Why are
There's a...
I served in France.
Sir.
Have you...
I've...
I must...
I'll remember.
What is a...
Ego?
That's quite...
Not at all. Why?
Chris,
of course I do.
Do you think...
I believe the situation can...
I heard you're...
Not much.
I'm a...
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions?
Without a doubt.
I don't know much.
He has...
No.
Where can I find...
He spends most...
He...
No.
Really?
He went to...
I still have questions.
I don't...
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way? Fancy buying something?
You never lose. Right then. Show me what...
Cheap price, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Mr. Petrescu, just...
You again.
Sir, what? Don't you see we're on...
I'm nothing.
Yes, you...
I have to...
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
If you want to talk to Dorothea, you must...
We've not been...
I am.
So, Doctor, she's...
More.
Tell me...
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm...
Are you not?
She is as brave as she is tough.
Are you in love with Camellia?
Don't be stupid.
Who is she?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name.
You say she has no...
Well, there's that awful poet.
Tell me...
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel.
Do you... This war won't...
No.
Don't...
It's...
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darren?
I'm her oldest friend in England.
You mean...
Really?
I know you...
I know my...
But Romania...
But it's not that...
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
He's going into convulsions, Doctor!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've
But why Lady Ash?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she will...
Doctor...
It's easy...
So...
I know...
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So... Are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Oh, this one stinks already.
It's one of her!
See them 30 This one's a top! Watch it! It's a killer! This one! You! Get back in the grave! This hour of the night.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know it. You again?
How did you...
There's no pride.
A job?
I got enlisted.
Most people...
I don't care what...
I'm not sure, Mr...
Oh, do you really...
Harry doesn't seem happy living in White...
I've always put my...
You really love your son, don't you, Mr. Peterson?
He's my pride and...
Since
no one will...
Do you...
Own...
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill him, boy! Crush the leech, boys!